I don't have a real passport. I don't know how old I am. And I keep thinking that I'm still young. When I was a little girl, my father and mother went round fairs giving performances, very good ones. And I would jump the salto mortal and do other things. And when Papa and Mama died, a German lady took me in and began to teach me. I liked it. I grew up and became a governess. But where I came from and who I am, I don't know. Who my parents are, maybe they weren't married. I don't know. I don't know anything. I feel like talking to someone, but there's no one. I don't have anyone. I cannot for the hectic world, and not for my friends or foes. How nice it is to play the mandolin. It's a guitar, not a mandolin. For a madman who's in love, it's a mandolin, as long as the heart is warmed by the flames of love returned. These people sing awful, phew, like jackals. How fortunate you are to have been abroad. Yes, of course. I cannot but agree with you there. That's understandable. Abroad everything has already come to its full complexion. Naturally, I'm intelligent. I read different remarkable books, but I cannot figure out the course at all. What it is I want, to live or to shoot myself, is a matter of fact. Still, I always carry a revolver on me. Here it is. I'm done. I'll go now. You, Epikotov, a very smart man, and very frightening. Women must be crazy about you. Brr. These know-it-alls are so stupid. Nobody to talk to. I'm always alone. And I've nobody at all. Or who or why I am, nobody knows. Properly speaking, not touching upon other subjects, I must articulate about myself that, by the way, fate has shown me no pity in her dealings with me, like a storm tossing a small ship. If suppose I'm mistaken, then why do I wake up this morning, for example, and find an enormous spider on my chest? This big! And also, I drink some kvass to quench my thirst, and then in the glass there's bound to be something most indecent, like a roach. Have you read Buckle? I would like to trouble you, Aditia Fedorovna, for a couple of words. Speak. Preferably alone. All right, then. Only first bring me my cape. It's by the bookcase. It's a little damp here. All right, madam. All right, ma'am. I'll go get it, ma'am. Now I know what to do with my revolver. 22 disasters. Stupid man, between you and me. I hope to goodness he doesn't shoot himself. I've become so anxious. I worry all the time. I was a little girl when they brought me to work in the house, and I'm not used to common life any more. And my hands are pure white like a lady's. I'm so sensitive and delicate. Everything frightens me. I'm so afraid. And Yasha, if you deceive me, I don't know what it'll do to my nerves. A cucumber. Of course, every girl must know her place. There's nothing I dislike more than crude behavior in a girl. I fell madly in love with you. You're educated. You can talk about anything. Yes, ma'am. I think that if a girl loves somebody, then she's already without morals. It's nice to smoke a cigar in the open air. Somebody's coming. It's the masters. Go home. But pretend you went for a dip in the river. Take this path. Otherwise you'll run into them and they might think that I was out with you. I can't stand that sort of thing. Oh, I have a headache from this cigar. You have to make up your mind. No time to waste. It's a simple question. Are you willing to lease the land for summer cottages or not? Just say the word, yes or no. Only one word. Who's been smoking revolting cigars here? They built the railway and made it very convenient now. We went to town and had lunch. The yellow ball to the middle. I wouldn't mind going in and playing one game. Later. Just one word. Give me an answer. Who? I had a lot of money yesterday, and very little today. My poor Varya. To save money feeds everybody milk soup. In the kitchen, the old people get only peas, and I'm dropping money senselessly. There, the coins are tumbling out. Allow me to pick them up. Thank you, Yasha. And why did I have lunch there? That worthless restaurant of yours with music, that tablecloth smell of soap. Why do you drink so much, Leonia? Why do you eat so much? Why do you talk so much? At the restaurant today you talked too much again, and all of it out of place. About the 70s and about the decadence. And to whom? To the waiters about the decadence. Yes. Obviously, I'm incorrigible. Why are you always in my face? I can't listen to you without laughing. It's either me or him. Go, Yasha, go. I'm going. Right this minute. A rich man, Daraganov, wants to buy your estate. I heard he's coming to the auction himself. Where did you hear that? In town. Our dear aunt from Yaroslavl has promised to send us money, but when or how much, no one knows. How much will she send? 100,000? 200? Well, I'll be grateful if she sends 10 or 15,000. Excuse me, but I have never met anyone so careless, impractical, and strange as you. Here I'm telling you in plain language that your estate is up for sale, and it's as if you don't understand. What are we to do? Teach us what? I've been instructing you every day. Every day. I say the same thing over and over. Both the cherry orchard and the land must be leased for summer cottages, and do it now, as soon as possible. The auction is round the corner. Can't you understand? Once you make up your mind to lease the land for cottages, they'll give you as much money as you want, and then you'll be saved. Summer cottages and summer residence. Forgive me, it's so vulgar. I could not agree more with you. I'm going to cry, scream, or faint. I can't take it any more. You wore me out. Old woman, that's what you are. Who? Old woman. No, don't leave, my dear. I beg you. Maybe we'll think of something. What's there to think about? Please go away. It's more cheerful with you here. I keep waiting for something to happen. As if the house is about to collapse on our heads. bank shot to the corner, a croisée into the middle. We've sinned too much. What sins? They say that I've sucked my estate dry with fruit drops. uh, oh, my sins. I've always squandered money, like a mad woman, and married a man who produced nothing but debts. My husband died from champagne. He was a very heavy drinker. And to make matters worse, I fell in love with another man, had an affair, and just at that time it was my first punishment, a blow straight to the head. My boy drowned here, in the river, and I went abroad, never to return, never to see this river. I closed my eyes and ran, beside myself, but he ran after me, pitiless, crude. I bought a villa near the Mentone because he fell ill there, and for 3 years I knew no rest day or night. The sick man wore me out, and my heart dried up. And last year, when the villa was sold to pay off my debts, I went to Paris, and there he fleeced me, then left me, took up with another woman. I tried to poison myself. It was so stupid, so shameful. And suddenly it pulled me back to Russia, to my homeland, to my little girl. Lord, dear God, be merciful, forgive me my sins. Don't punish me anymore. I received this today from Paris. He asks for forgiveness, begs me to return. Is it music I hear? That is our famous Jewish orchestra. You remember 4 violins and a flute and a double bass. So it still exists. It would be nice to get them to come over sometime, to have a little party. Ugh, I can't hear it. For the right price, even Germans will make a Russian French. I saw a play at the theater last night. So funny. There's probably nothing funny about it. Instead of plays, you should take a look at yourself more often. You live such a dull life, and all this empty talk. It's true. Let's face it, our life is stupid. My father was a peasant, an idiot. He understood nothing and didn't teach me anything and only beat me with a stick when drunk. The point is that I am just as much of a dolt and an idiot as he was. I never studied anything. My handwriting is awful, like a pig. I'm ashamed to let people see it. You ought to get married, my friend. Well, that's true. And to our Varya, she's a nice girl. Yes. She comes from a simple background, works all day long, but most importantly, she loves you. And you yourself have liked her a long time. Well, I wouldn't mind. She's a nice girl. I got an offer to work at a bank. 6,000 rubles a year. Have you heard? You at a bank? Please. Please, put it on, sir. It's damp. I'm fed up with you, old man. Enough of that. You left this morning without telling me. You've grown so old, Fiers. What would you like? She says you've grown very old. I've been around a long time. They were getting ready to marry me off before your father was even born. I was the head valet when the freedom came. Only I didn't agree to freedom and stayed with the masters. I remember everybody was happy. But why? They didn't know. Sure, it used to be much better. At least they gave us thrashings. I'd say so. Peasants had their masters, and masters had their peasants, but now everyone's apart, and you don't know who's who. Keep quiet, Fears. I've got to go to town tomorrow. I've been promised an introduction to a general who could give us a loan against a promissory note. Nothing will come of it. And you won't pay off our interest. Take my word for it. Oh, he's delirious. There are no generals. Here they come. Mama's here. Come, my dears. If you two only knew how much I love you, sit down next to me like that. Our eternal student is always walking with the ladies. Mind your own business. He's pushing 50 and he's still a student. Enough of your stupid jokes. Why are you, oddball, getting upset? Stop bothering me. May I ask you what you make of me? I think, Emile Alexeyevich, that you're a rich man, and you'll be a millionaire soon. You are needed like a predator to eat everything in your way and keep nature's digestive cycle going. Better tell us about the planets, Petya. Now let's continue with yesterday's conversation. About what? About the proud man. Yesterday we talked for a long time, but we didn't come to a conclusion. The way you look at it, there's something mystical about the proud man. You may be right in your own way, but if you just think about it without any monkey shines, then what pride are we talking about? And if it even makes sense when, physiologically speaking, man is not put together that well. And in that vast majority of cases, he's coarse and stupid and deeply unhappy. We need to stop admiring ourselves. We just need to work. You'll die all the same. Who knows? And what does it mean, you'll die? Maybe a man has 100 senses, and with death, only 5 of those known to us die with him, leaving the remaining 95 alive. You're so clever, Petya. Oh, awfully. Mankind is pushing forward and perfecting its power. Things that seem unattainable to us now will someday be familiar and obvious. We just need to work and help with all our might those who seek the truth. Meanwhile, here in Russia, there's only a handful of those who work. The vast majority of the educated class I know seek nothing, do nothing, and are still incapable of work. They call themselves intelligentsia, but they talk down to their servants and treat peasants like animals. They don't learn. They don't read anything serious. They don't do anything. All they can do is talk about science, and they understand little in art. They're all so serious, with stern faces, and talk only about important things. But while they go on philosophizing, right in front of our eyes, the workers are eating garbage, sleeping without pillows, 30 or 40 to a room, and everywhere bedbug stench, dampness, moral squalor, and obviously all our nice talk is only to turn our eyes and the eyes of others away from what is happening. So where are the public day nurseries we hear so much about? And the reading rooms? In the novels, that's where they are. They don't really exist. What exists is dirt, vulgarity, and Asiatic barbarism. I'm afraid of serious faces, and I really don't like serious conversations. It would be better to keep quiet. You know, I get up a little past 4 every morning and work from morning till night. Well, I always have money, my own and other people's. And I see what people are really like. I just try to get something done, and you'll find out how few honest, decent people there really are. Sometimes, when I can't fall asleep, I think, oh, Lord, you give us huge forests, colossal fields, endless horizons, and living here, we ought to be giants ourselves. Now you want giants. Giants are good only in fairy tales, otherwise they frighten us. Epikotov's coming. Epikotov's coming! The sun's set, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Oh, nature. Glorious nature, you shine with eternal radiance, beautiful and indifferent. You're the one we call mother, and you hide in yourself being in death. You sustain life and you destroy. Uncle dear, uncle, you're at it again. You'd better stick to the yellow to the middle with the bank. I'll keep quiet. I'll keep quiet. What's that? I don't know. Maybe a bucket breaking loose somewhere far away in a mine, but it's very far away. Or maybe it's a bird, like a heron, or an owl. It's very unpleasant somehow. Before the disaster, the same thing happened. An owl hooted and a samovar kept humming day and night. But what disaster? Before freedom. You know, my friends, let's go. It's getting dark. You have tears in your eyes. What is it, my girl? It's nothing, Mama. Someone's coming. Can you kindly tell me if I can get to the station through here? You can. Stay on this road. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Lovely weather. Brother, long suffering brother, come down to the Volga, who's grown. Mademoiselle, please give a hungry Russian 30 kopecks. Every disgrace must know its place. Take this. Here you are. I don't have silver. It doesn't matter. Here's a gold piece. Deeply grateful. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Oh, Mamochka, at home there's nothing to eat, and you give him a gold piece. What am I to do with myself, fool that I am? At home I'll give you everything I've got. Ermolai Alexeyevich, won't you lend me some more? As you wish. Let's go, it's time. And Varya, we've arranged a match for you. Congratulations. It's not a joke, Mama. Oh, Varya, get thee to a nunnery. My hands are trembling. I haven't played billiards in a long time. Oh, Varya, oh nymph, remember me in thy orisons. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost supper time. He frightened me. My heart's still pounding. I want to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that on the 22nd of August, the cherry orchard will be sold. Think about it. Think. Thanks to the passerby who frightened Varya, we're alone now. Varya is afraid that we might fall in love with each other and follow us everywhere. She is narrow-minded and can't see that we're above love. The goal and purpose of our lives is to escape all petty and illusory things, which prevent us from being happy and free. Onward! We move irresistibly towards a bright star burning there in the distance. Onward! Don't fall behind, friends. You speak so well. It's delightful here today. Yes, the weather is wonderful. You have done something to me, Petya, that has made me love the cherry orchard less than I used to. I loved it so tenderly, and I used to think there was no better place on earth than our orchard. All of Russia is our orchard. The earth is grand and beautiful, and there are many wonderful places. Anya, just think about it. Your grandfather, your great-grandfather, and all your ancestors owned serfs. They owned living souls. Can't you see these human beings looking at you from every cherry in the orchard, from every leaf in every trunk? Can't you hear their voices? Owning lives has distorted all of you. Those who lived before and those who are living now, to such an extent that your mother and you and your uncle don't notice anymore that you're living on credit, at the expense of others, at the expense of those whom you don't even let in past the entryway. We are behind at least 200 years. We have nothing yet, no real understanding of the past. All we do is philosophize, complain of hopelessness, or drink vodka. And yet it is so clear that to live in the present, we need to redeem our past and break away from it. And the only way we can redeem it is by suffering and by extraordinary and relentless labor. Try to understand that, Anya. The house we're living in has long ago ceased to be our house. I will leave it. Take my word. If you have the keys to the household, throw them down the well and walk away. Be as free as the wind. You said it so well. Believe me, Anya, believe me. I'm not 30 yet, and I'm young and still a student, but I've already been through so much. Like winter, that's how hungry I am, ailing, anxious, poor like a pauper, tossed about everywhere by life. And yet my soul has always, every minute, day and night, been filled with inexplicable feelings. I sense happiness, Anya. I can already see it. The moon's on the rise. Yes, the moon's on the rise. Here it is, happiness. Here it comes, closer and closer, and I can even hear its steps. And so what if we don't see it and don't know it? Others will see it. That Varya again. It's infuriating. Well, let's go to the river. It's nice there. Let's go.